Hi everybody, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching. So as I always say at the beginning of a Tuesday and Thursday tutorial, these ones always have a focus on dies. So today you can actually make any of these fun fold cards without the dies, but I'm using these lovely layering dies, which I'll show you in a moment, to create these 4 cards. So we've got this pillar style that I'll show you how to make. We've got this one here, which I just love. You can see the lovely waves there. And then we've got an easel style or a tent easel style here. And then some of you might recognize this one, because I've actually already made this one during a Craft World craft along, and I'll explain and talk about that a bit more in the video. But they're the 4 cards that I'm going to show you today. So let's get started. So first of all, I'm going to make a pillar card. So you'll want 2 pieces of 4.5 by 8. And along the 4.5 side, you're going to score out 1, 2, 3, and 4. You want to do that twice. Already got this one here. Fold and burnish those score lines, and then you want to add some glue all the way along the 1/2 inch tab. And then if you fold 1/2 inch tab over and one of the 1 inch sections, and then fold the other 1 inch, they will perfectly line up. And then when it's dry, you'll get your tube, and then just fold it back the other way, and you'll have those 2. So I'm going to have the joins at the back, so that one and that one. So I've done this size to work with these layering edge and borders. So this one is the funky die set. So I've already gone ahead and cut all these, and I thought I'd do a card for a guy, so more of a masculine style. Now you get 6 dice, you get 3 of the outline, so they will just give you the plain ones here, and you can just piece these back together, so you can change the colours and do all sorts with them. But then you get your detail one as well, and that cuts it right out. So I've done 3 with the craft card with the detail, and then backed it with white card, so you see all of that. And then I've done another 3 in brown. And what I wanted to do, so these are just under 6 inches wide, so it's a 6 by 8 card when it's put together. So I'm going to start off with, I think it was this one at the bottom, and then that one, you'll see, will sit just inside. Then this one here, and again another pattern, and then the brown, and then the pattern again. So I think when I was playing around before, there's a little gap in between each one, so it'd be more like that, I think. I'm going to get this one first. I've just popped some foam on the back of mine, and I'm going to line this one up at the very bottom. In fact, I can take them all away now because I kind of know where I'm going. And I'm sticking it all on this top 1 inch one here, and I'm just going to line it up at the very bottom there and just stick that one down. And then I'm going to pop this one along the very top, like so. Okay, so they're all in place, and then I'm just going to fold that back. So it was that way when I just stuck them down. Now I'm folding it so it's all inside or underneath this detail. I'm going to take this one, again I want the join on the back, and in fact it'd probably be easiest to flip this over. You could add your glue all down there and then just stick it on, or add the glue to the ends of each of these pieces, entirely up to you. So I'm going to start with the bottom one, just slightly tilt this so I can get it flush with the bottom of that one, and then just focus on the edge, the outer edge here, and just sit that across all of them. So now we've got this effect, and it should, yeah, it stands on its own already, but I want to be able to write on the back of this. So I've cut all of the same pieces again, but just in plain white, and I'm just going to lay those the same sizes that will match the back there. And then you can just write your message in each of these sections. So that's everything stuck down. Just put It's Your Birthday on the back. And then for the front, I wanted to use my Have a Drink on Me set, but it's sold out, and I've used it on quite a few cards. And then I remembered that in the kit 32 from the Papercraft Society, you've got the lovely beer and bubble kind of related stamps in this one. So I've just stamped and coloured the beer bottle, you've got the glass there, and then the sentiment I've taken "Have a Bubbly Day," and I've just used my circle punches to frame that. But you've also got, you know, these nice toppers here as well, so they would work quite well. So I've just popped that on a little bit of foam, and I'm going to have, I think, that one down there. I'm just going to finish the top here with some of my accent glaze, and then what I thought would be nice to add are you get the water droplet beads in that kit. I thought they would look really nice as kind of like the beer bubbles. You just need a little bead of glue, and I like to use my tweezers. So the glue will be obviously white, but once that dries it will be clear. So that's fun fold card number 1 using the funky die set. I like all the texture, the different kind of materials on this one as well, and the gloss there. I think that's come together really nicely. So for card number 2, we're going to do a nautical card using the wave die set. It also will work really well for a mermaid's kind of tail. So this one is a pop-up card, I guess. You'll want a piece of 7 5/8 by 6. And along that long side, you're going to score at 1 5/8. Now, you could have this as just a 6 by 6 card blank. I'm actually going to be adding acetate onto this piece here. You want a piece of 5 by 5 5/8. Along the 5-inch side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch, 1 inch. Ignore that line there. 4 and then 4 1/2. You'll then want a piece of, it's the same width, so 5 5/8. This is 4 1/2, and you're going to score at 1/2, 1, 3 1/2, and 4. And then again 5 5/8, and this piece is 4. Along the 4-inch, you're going to score at 1/2 inch, 1, and then 3 and 3 1/2. And that's all the scoring that you need for the minute. So before, you want to fold and burnish all those score lines, and then before you stick them in, you want to add the acetate if that's what you're doing. And this piece here is 6 by, I would do 6 by 5 7/8. Mine's a little bit shorter, but it doesn't need to go and cover all of that there. All you want to do is basically line it up with the outer edge here. So as long as it's 6 inches wide, it could be 5 1/2 if that's all you've got lying around. But it's going to go in there, and it's going to be attached to this piece. So I'm going to use some red tape. I'm just going to run a couple of strips on the inside of this piece. This is all going to get covered. So I'm just lining up the acetate on this piece, and then bring that piece over. So now we've got the acetate on the front there, but it's going to open like this, and the pop-up piece is going to be here. So start off with the largest piece. You won't have that score line there, you'll just have 2 at that end and 2 at the other end. So it'll be like this, and it's going to stick in there. And I'm just thinking I might pop, because you're going to see the edges of that acetate. So I might just pop a piece of that blue colour card just to cover that. Okay, so that's better, and then I'm going to use my liquid glue. So you want to add glue to both of these sections. So the bottom, to be honest, you probably don't need the back one. It's up to you. You could probably trim that away, because you're just going to stick that one down, and then the top one needs to attach. So yeah, I might just trim that one off. But you can leave it, you can add glue to both. It's not going to matter. But if you don't want to see this piece, just trim. You want to get glue on them, but there we go. And then you want to butt this one up to the fold. So just bring that up, make sure it's kind of in the middle, and just fold that down like so. And then just add glue to the very end one on this end, and just fold those 2 over, so the 2 1/2-inch pieces are over, and then close the card. So now when we bring that up you'll see we've got that pop-up. And I've done this style pop-up in lots of cards. Like so. And it should hopefully hold itself. Then you take the next one down. Again, fold and burnish all of those. Again, you probably don't need that end one, so I might just edit. If I don't edit it in, you can see here I'm just trimming just one of the ends away, one of those 1/2 inch pieces. And then add my glue. And then you're just going to butt that one up to this one here. Close the card each time, so that way you know it's going to close when you know, put everything on it. And then again, add your glue to the very end, like so, and then close the card. And you'll see now we've got that staggered effect there. And then again, you want to do the same, so I'm just going to trim one away. My glue. And then this one will fit perfectly in that space. Again, just butt it up. And then fold over, and again, you're going to add the glue to the end 1/2 inch piece. Fold the two over, and then fold the card flat. So it's going to be this way in the envelope. So you'll see the design when you take it out, and my sentiment is going to be along the bottom here, which I've already cut there, but it's going to be inside the card. So I might decorate that or emboss a piece of cardstock. So now when you open it, you've got those 3 tiers, like so. Then I've used the wave die set, and I've got these ones here. They look really nice. So what I've used is the Centura Pearl in the Snow White. So I die cut all of these pieces here. So again, you get 3 of just the outline, and then you get 3 of the detail. But I've cut 2 in the larger size. So cut 2 with this one, and then 1 of each of these. And then in just different blues, I've cut all of these ones here, and then just stuck them over the top to give me these really nice pieces here. You can hopefully see that Centura Pearl picking up there in the light. So I want to have the darkest one down here, and I want to have it just a little bit higher there. The sentiment is going to go here like that, so it's going to cover all of that. So I want that one, and then I think I'm going to end up trimming the bottom of this one off just so it's flat, so then they'll be flush, and then there's going to be one right at the very back. So then this one, although I could have that one behind there, so you get to see kind of double the effect, and then have that one there, and then have that one there. And the idea is that mind you, I quite like that one on the very back. And then have that one. Yeah, so I think I'm going to stick this one down first of all. So I'm just going to add some glue all along, just kind of like the top part there. It's all going to get covered, so I'm not too worried how it looks. But I do want it overhanging. Come up a bit higher there, actually. I bring it up so it's in line with the next tier, like so. And then I want to make these ones flat, so this one actually can come down a bit shorter. I'm going to take this one to 1 1/4, like so, and that one should go in there. Yeah, that sits nicely. So again, I'm just going to add the glue on that tier. Just make sure they all line up with each other. And then this one, I'm going to take it to 1 inch. So, and then this one, just want to trim off the points just so it's flat. But they all link together like the previous card. But for this design, I don't need them to link up. So we're just going to add glue on there. And then this one is just going to sit right along the top. Now, I guess thinking about it, you'd have the darkest at the back, but it's fine. I just want all of those layers there. I think that looks really cool. Might bring that one up just a little bit higher, just so you can see it more. There we go. Yeah, that looks really nice. Yeah, pleased with that. So now I can have, I see it's your Bethany. Now I might put this up on a little bit of foam, and that will just line up with the other ones. I'm just going to fold the whole thing down. And then I've got these ones here, which are, I always kind of stamp and colour lots of my images when I do any launches. And then I've just got lots left over, and it just makes, you know, card making that a little bit quicker when you've got them all ready to go. So I wanted to have the dolphin right on the back there. And then we've got the narwhal can kind of be there. I think that looks really cute. Who else we got? We've got another whale here. I could have all of like the big mammals together. I think that would look quite nice. So that's those stuck down, and then the birds here are from the Fabulous Flight, which is one of my very, very first collections. I just thought it'd be nice to just have a couple of birds in the distance. Should always do 3 or an odd number. But it just fills that background there. You could obviously stencil and ink that up, but I quite like having that white and then the blue in the characters and the waves there. And then I've got this piece for the back. I usually do like 5 3/4 squared and then 5.5 squared, but this was a piece of scrap, so I brought it down a bit smaller. But it's quite nice to have a bigger frame. So I think this is 1/2 inch rather than the 1/4 inch. So the blue piece is 5 1/4 squared, and then the white is 4.5 squared. And then to clean your acetate, I always say use rubbing alcohol or surgical spirit, but I've got some on order. But you can also use your hand sanitizer because it's alcohol based. So I've just popped a little bit on there and just rub that all over, and it will just clean off any sticky marks, get rid of any static, any kind of glue smudges that you might have. And that's card number 2. I'm not going to decorate that. I'm going to leave it. I mean, you could pop something there, but I don't want you to then... I was thinking about some more waves, but I don't want them coming out over the top of this, because when you open this, you would then see it. So I'm just going to leave it because it's designed to be displayed open anyway. But I think that looks lovely, and it does stand up really well on its own. So card number 3, I'm using the lace die set, but I thought it kind of looks like floral as well, so I'm using some flowers with this one. So I'm going to do like an easel card, but slightly different. So I've cut myself this piece of acetate, which is 6.5 by 6. Along the 6.5 side, you want to score at 1/2 inch, and then I've just added some double-sided tape or red tape to the edge there on that tab, the 1/2 inch tab. I've then got my card blank, which is a 6 by 6 card blank, and I'm going to stick this piece inside here so you don't see it when it's open. So I'll just take the release paper off. This is a construction weight acetate, so it will hold itself, and it's the 12 by 12 big Do Crafts sheets, these ones here. I've been buying these for years. You get 10 sheets in a pack, and they're 12 by 12, so it lasts a long time. So you can use them for boxes, you know, for the front of a card. So I'm not sure what the micron is, but it's like a 300 GSM equivalent. So it's perfect for 3D makes. So I'm just going to run that score line along the top there. So, and just make sure that that's burnished. So the idea is that that will go inside, and then the card will fold like this. It's a slightly different style, and it's going to come out like that. Okay, so unfortunately I didn't realise but my battery had gone on my phone, and I know those of you that follow my Facebook lives will be laughing now because it happens a lot. I'm just going to link in a quick video showing you how I got that blended background there. The colours that I used are the Candied Apple, Carved Pumpkin, Squeezed Lemonade, Mowed Lawn, Blueprint Sketch, Wilted Violet and Seedless Preserves, and that's all the distressed oxides. it's pretty self-explanatory what I've done. So I cut in the die set, you get the 3, you get the detail, and you get the 3 outline. I die cut in white, one of each of these. And on the back of the white card, I popped a sheet, I put the double-sided adhesive sheet on the back. So when you die cut it, you'll have release paper on the back, and then you peel it off, and that is one big sticker, and it just makes it really easy to stick onto the acetate. So on the back there, you can see how neat it is. And there's no, you know, you don't need to worry about glue and stuff. So it's just a really nice way to stick things onto acetate. But you can see that lovely effect that you get. You can see where it catches the light there. So I've just got a slightly bigger gap there, a thinner gap there, but you can see that nice rainbow detail. And you can't see the join underneath there, but you've got all that space inside to write your message, because you still wouldn't really see that through there. Then I stuck the topper down, which is from, this is a newer sentiment set from Cardmaking Magic. It's part of the Butterfly Trails collection, but they're nice big sentiments. I mean, you can see there you get your shadow die, and then you get the sentiment. So I just use the same seedless preserves. Make sure you pop your stopper up on some foam, because it needs to be lifted so it can stop this piece from, you know, sliding open. And then for the flowers, I just thought it was quite nice just to add a few white flowers there. And I've used these ones here from my Funky Florals. These are back in stock. I've been using them a lot lately. And then I just popped in the centres some enamel dots that I've got. But you can see there that really cool, it's more of a tent easel, I guess. But it's just a different way to, you know, make this easel shape. And actually thinking about it now, I think it might be better to stick that one underneath and then that one over the top, and then that's how it will look in the envelope. I think that looks much nicer than having the plain, because as that comes down, I guess they kind of know, you know, that that's how it will be displayed. And then for the last card, I used the leaf die set. So it's exactly the same. You get the 3 detailed and then the 3 plain, or just the outline. And I combined it with my Beautiful Bouquets stamp set. So I used this one here. And then I used some of my accent glaze for the water, some Nouveau drops just around the top there. And then I done a little bit of decoupage and just cut one of the other smaller flowers here and some of the leaves, and then finished with a little bit of twine. But I thought it'd be really nice to do just a simple style. So just to show you don't have to do all these fancy folds. And then towards the right hand side here, I used the plain one just to cut that shape. And because it's the same size as the detail one, I then cut the detail in white and just replaced it. And I set that back right onto the cardstock. But then these ones here are all raised up on foam. Just gives you a very different look. And then the sentiment, when flowers bloom, smiles do too. And that's at the top here. So I just thought it'd be nice to show, you know, just more of a traditional kind of card, I guess. This is a side 6x6 fold, but then also the fun folds that I've showed you before. You can use these dies on any of those as well. So that's my full card using these layering edges and borders. Like I said at the beginning, you can use any edge dies, any layering dies, anything you have to get similar effects. You know, this doesn't have to be the waves. This could be the leaves. It could be the floral lace one here, and you could have flowers kind of poking up. But as always, I like to ask which one's your favourite. 1, 2, 3 or 4. For me, it's between, I think it's this one actually. I think this one wins. I just think it's a really lovely style. And I just love that die. I think I'll be using it a lot with my with this stamp set. And then I think second, I really like this one actually. I know it's really simple, but I do like that one. I love the pillar style as well. I just think that's a great look. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it's given you some inspiration and you can find stuff in your stash, you know, to create similar cards. As always, I will link the product that I've used in the description box below. I'll have some other tutorials popping up now that you might want to watch next, and I'll be back again very soon. Take care. Bye.